Every point in a game of tennis begins with a serve, so you've got to master the tennis serve as quickly as possible. The basic serve is called a flat serve, but once you develop your skills, you can also surprise your opponents with a kick or a slice serve. Beginners and children often begin with the underhand serve, which is a bit easier to execute than a traditional serve. If you want to learn how to serve a tennis ball and to start facing your opponents in no time, see this video to get started. Key things to keep in mind when hitting a serve is get in position, ready to serve, toss the ball, scratch your back, hit the ball at its highest point, and lastly, follow through. The best way to hold your racket is gripping it like a hammer. Also, make sure that you do not exceed the white line or the baseline. It is okay to stand on the white line or behind the white line, but make sure that you do not exceed at the white line. Before you begin to serve the ball, you have to stand behind the baseline on the side opposite the serving box while you're serving. You should also stand sideways, pointing your left foot towards the net. If you're serving towards your opponent's right service box, you should stand on the right side, also known as the deuce side of the court. If you're serving towards your opponent's left service box, then you should be standing on the left side, ad side of your court. Grip the ball lightly and bring your racket hand towards your racket to help line up the serve and shift your body weight slightly forward. Remember that before you toss the ball, you should bounce it at least 2 to 4 times to get into the rhythm of serving and get to feel the court. Before you toss the ball, bring the ball to the flat racket face in front of you. Drop your racket head downwards while shifting your weight back and bring your racket behind you in an arc-like motion. You should also toss the ball high up in the air, a little bit in front of you so you have momentum when you serve the ball. You should bring the racket head up above behind you and bend your elbow so as to drop it behind your head, as if you were scratching your back with the side of your racket. Bend your knees to help project the racket head upwards. It will give the ball more power. As you release the ball you're tossing, load your back knee by forcing most of your weight onto your back leg so you can use it to spring forward when you make contact. To optimize your shots, you should hit the ball at the highest point that you can reasonably hit at after you toss it. The higher the ball, the more easier you'll be able to generate speed, and more likely it will be clear the net. At the end of the contact with ball, snap your wrist downward to get the ball in the best position. Transfer the weight from your back leg onto your front leg to propel the ball forward. You may even end the serve with your right or dominant leg lifting off the ground. This is a clip how your final shot looked like. The drills to practice are to practice from right and left side of the court. You can start off standing at the corner of the baseline, center or near the mark. You can also do the same thing on the left side.